time is a precious commodity, an ever-flowing river, one that we can never reclaim once spent. In our fast-paced world, each tick of the clock serves as a reminder of life's fleeting nature. When we ponder the question of making time for God, we must delve deeper into what that truly signifies. It transcends the mere act of setting aside a specific hour each week for worship or prayer. It's about weaving the divine into the very fabric of our daily existence. Imagine waking up each morning with intention, greeting the day not just as another set of tasks to accomplish, but as a sacred opportunity. Each moment, whether it's the warmth of sunlight filtering through your window, the laughter shared with loved ones, or the quiet stillness of a moment alone, becomes a portal to connect with something greater than ourselves. This perspective invites us to recognize the divine in the ordinary. It challenges us to infuse our daily routines with mindfulness, transforming mundane activities into acts of worship. When we view time through this spiritual lens, we begin to see the beauty in every interaction, the grace in every challenge, and the presence of the divine in every heartbeat. In essence, making time for God is an invitation to cultivate a deeper awareness and to embrace the sacred rhythm of life. It's about realizing that every moment holds the potential for connection, reflection, and growth. So let us not merely count the hours, but rather make the hours count, allowing spirituality to seep into our every breath, enriching our lives in unimaginable ways. Making time for God begins with a profound sense of intentionality. In the whirlwind of our daily lives, where distractions beckon at every corner and obligations relentlessly vie for our attention, the choice to prioritize our spiritual lives is a powerful act in itself. It's about consciously carving out moments in our hectic schedules to nurture our souls. Imagine waking up each morning, not just rushing into the day, but pausing to embrace gratitude. Picture yourself taking a few serene moments to reflect on the blessings that surround you. The warmth of a loved one's smile, the beauty of nature, the simple joys that often go unnoticed. This practice of gratitude is transformative. It shifts our focus from what we lack to the abundance that already exists in our lives. As the day unfolds, we can infuse intentionality into our actions. Whether it's a brief moment spent in quiet, reflection during lunch, or a mindful walk in nature after work, these small, deliberate choices become sacred encounters with the divine. They allow us to step back from the noise and reconnect with what truly matters. And as the day winds down, imagine ending it with a quiet moment of prayer or meditation. This is not just a routine. It's an invitation to surrender the chaos of the day, to find peace in the stillness, and to seek guidance and strength for tomorrow. These intentional acts, though seemingly small, hold immense power. They transform the mundane into the extraordinary, turning fleeting moments into opportunities for connection and growth. By choosing to be intentional about our spiritual practices, we cultivate a deeper awareness of the divine presence in our lives, enriching our souls and guiding our paths. So, let us embrace the power of intentionality and allow it to illuminate our journey, one moment at a time. Making time for God transcends the boundaries of formal settings and structured rituals. It invites us to discover the divine in the tapestry of our daily lives, woven into the simplest moments that often go unnoticed. Consider the infectious laughter of a child, a sound so pure and joyous that it can awaken a sense of wonder within us. In that laughter, we catch a glimpse of the divine spirit, reminding us of the beauty of innocence and the joy of living in the present. As we step outside, listen closely to the rustle of leaves dancing in the wind. Each whisper of nature carries a message, a reminder of the interconnectedness of all creation. The gentle breeze that brushes against our skin can feel like a loving embrace from the divine, urging us to pause, breathe, and be fully present in the moment. In the stillness of a quiet morning, as the world stirs awake, we find a sacred space to connect with ourselves and with God. It is in these tranquil moments of reflection that we can hear our own thoughts and the gentle nudges of divine guidance. By cultivating mindfulness, we train ourselves to be attuned to the subtle signs of the divine presence that permeate our lives. Every conversation we share, each act of kindness we extend, and every moment of reflection can become a sacred opportunity to engage with God. A smile exchanged with a stranger, a helping hand offered to someone in need, or a heartfelt conversation with a friend. These interactions are imbued with divine potential. They remind us that God is not confined to places of worship, but is present in the very fabric of our interactions. As we navigate through our days, let us cultivate the awareness to recognize these sacred moments. By opening our hearts and minds to the divine in the everyday, we enrich our lives and deepen our spiritual journey. It is in the ordinary that we often find the extraordinary, and in the mundane, the miraculous. So let us seek God in the everyday, for He is there, waiting to be discovered in the simplicity of life's beautiful moments. In the whirlwind of modern life, the challenge of distraction looms larger than ever. Our days are inundated with a barrage of stimuli, social media notifications pinging incessantly, emails flooding our inboxes, and an ever-growing list of tasks demanding our attention. This constant noise can easily drown out the whispers of our souls and divert us from what truly matters. We find ourselves racing through life, often forgetting to pause and reflect on our deeper spiritual needs. Consider how often we reach for our phones instead of reaching inward. With every scroll through social media, we risk losing touch with our authentic selves and the divine presence that seeks to connect with us. The pressure to be perpetually productive creates a relentless cycle, where moments of stillness are seen as unproductive and unnecessary. This cultural mindset pulls us away from the sacred time we desperately need to nourish our spirits. Herein lies the pivotal question: are we willing to disconnect from the noise to reconnect with the divine? It requires a courageous choice to step back from the distractions that fill our days and carve out sacred time amidst our busy schedules. This act of intentionality is not just about finding quiet moments. It's about prioritizing our spiritual well-being in a world that often overlooks it. The rewards of this endeavor are immeasurable. When we make the conscious effort to seek stillness, we open ourselves up to profound insights, deeper connections, and a sense of peace that transcends the chaos around us. In those moments of reflection, we can hear the gentle guidance of our hearts and the divine calling us to a more meaningful existence. So let us embrace the challenge of distraction as an opportunity for growth. By choosing to create sacred spaces in our lives, we not only reconnect with God but also rediscover our true selves. The journey may require courage and commitment, but the richness it brings to our lives is a treasure worth pursuing. In a world filled with distractions, let us be bold enough to seek the divine and embrace the beauty of intentional living. In a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming, the act of making time for God can serve as a beacon of hope, illuminating our paths with peace, purpose, and clarity. When we consciously carve out moments to connect with the divine, we invite a profound transformation into our lives. This connection doesn't merely enhance our spiritual well-being, it also enriches our emotional and psychological states, creating a harmonious balance that reverberates through every aspect of our existence. Research has consistently shown that individuals who engage in regular spiritual practices experience significantly lower levels of stress. Cultivating a spiritual connection provides, in our fast-paced society, where anxiety and pressure can feel like constant companions, a sanctuary, a refuge where we can retreat and recharge. Through prayer, meditation, or reflection, we create a space that allows us to release our worries and find solace in the presence of something greater than ourselves. Moreover, the benefits of this connection extend beyond reducing stress. Individuals who prioritize their spiritual lives often report a heightened sense of purpose. They become more attuned to their values, passions, and the greater narrative of their lives. This clarity helps them navigate life's complexities with a sense of direction and intent, empowering them to make choices that align with their deepest beliefs. When we understand our purpose, we approach challenges not with fear, but with a resolute sense of mission. Spiritual connection also fosters resilience, equipping us with the strength to face life's inevitable challenges. In times of hardship, those who have cultivated a relationship with the divine often find a source of support that transcends their immediate circumstances. This foundation of strength provides comfort during difficult times, reminding us that we are never truly alone. The divine presence offers guidance, encouraging us to persevere and grow through adversity. The ripple effects of nurturing a spiritual connection are profound. As we cultivate peace within ourselves, we begin to radiate that peace outward. Our interactions with others become infused with compassion and understanding, creating a positive impact on our relationships and communities. We become more empathetic, more forgiving, and more willing to extend kindness to those around us. In addition, studies indicate that individuals with a strong spiritual foundation often experience greater overall well-being. They report higher levels of happiness and satisfaction in their lives, attributing this to their connection with the divine. This joy is not contingent on external circumstances, but arises from an inner sense of fulfillment and alignment with their values. Through this journey, we will discover that the path to fulfillment lies not in the pursuit of external achievements, but in the deep, meaningful relationship we cultivate with God and ourselves.